Hi there, everyone. This is Mondian Astral Oracles. I'm coming to you from a part of Denmark called Thy, which is in the far northwest of the country, about as far away from Copenhagen as you can get. And I'm getting lots of sun here, and it's gradually turning real summer. So you can just get the last of the yellow of the rape field out there. I do believe it's called that. English has so many words for so many things, but for some reason I believe that type of vegetation is called rapes. So kidding aside, it's good to be with you, and I'm staying with these very nice people. It turns out at this place where they run yoga retreats and the like, and it's been good, but it's also I've lived as a hermit for years now, just dealing with my awakening, and then coming back to dealing with people is interesting from this place. Though I do feel I'm in good hands, and the woman who's kind of, yes, both the mother of the household, but also the one who's responsible for the yoga stuff. She's also a Kundalini teacher, so she has some sense of understanding for these things. But I thought I'd try to bring in an archangel this evening and see whether or not Archangel Michael could tell us something about dealing with people after coming back from periods of isolation. And I notice, of course, it's a universal pattern as the world slowly opens and we begin to retreat back into it. There's, of course, a lot of nervous energy that's being released, and we all have to sort of figure out how we adjust ourselves after we've perhaps been closer to ourselves than we've ever been forced to be before. So, without further ado, I'm glad you're here, and I hope you enjoy. Yes, blessings from heaven the Most High brings his voice to speak to you. I am the Archangel Michael. I notice the vocal cords of this channel is dealing with a slight disturbance. We sense he may be a little under the weather, but he is attuning to our energy quite nicely, and this is a great perspective to have on how you deal with other people, because it essentially deals with your ability to tune into their energy. But by tuning in, we do not mean becoming or merging with their energy. Instead, we mean, and what I advise you to as the Archangel Michael, it is to discern the difference between your energy and their energy, because in that difference there's a revelation hidden. There's a message for you about the value of being another, and there's the message for you about yourself in the mirroring, in that otherness that you perceive in that other individual. And therefore, know that when you commit to this process of understanding other people, it will yield great results for you, both in your internal work, but also in your external relationship to other human beings. You can relate to these as parts of yourself, and indeed, relating to these as parts of yourself is loving them. It's to try to understand that their humanness equals yours in an equal measure, even though it has a completely different flavor. And by adding this flavor of experience to your own life, you also begin to understand how other people are doing the the same thing with your flavor. That is, there's something unique about you. I'm speaking to all of you here. There is something quite unique about you, a separate galaxy on its own, that lives its own life of eternal internal creations, of systems being brought forward, of energy, of thoughts being produced and juxtaposed to other thoughts and the experience of the body and the influx of energy and emotion. So each and every one of you constitute a unique experience that you add value to others' experience with. This value, we mean it neutrally. We mean simply that you add a quality of difference to their universe. And so you can begin to play around with adding a quality of difference to other people's lives. And when you add a quality of difference to other people's lives, you will begin to notice this, let us say, difference also take root in yourself. This is the base principle or base consequence of that principle of the universe, indeed of all individual universes, called the law of attraction. So this difference created in other people's lives, what kind of difference is it? Is it a positive difference? Is it a difference of honesty or authenticity? Is it a difference of charity? Is it a difference of confrontation, mirroring, expansion of consciousness, or of the whole field of play and interaction between you and another person? See, conflict can also be healthy for those of you who feel that you have not explored this theme much in your lifetime. Exploring this theme with others that you may have, let us say, uncleared pasts with, things that you feel has not been turned over or turned up, that has not been addressed, and therefore perhaps still sits festering in that relationship to that human being. Try to realize how this type of pain, it arose in the first place, how you contributed to it. This may be an old pain from your childhood, and so we mean often in a spiritual sense. Of course, you are in a sense hapless when you are children, but spiritually you attract everything to learn lessons. And so what is the lesson of this pain, and how can you address it and put it forward to clear the air? This is a great time to dump speech into the junkyards of hyperspace. That is to say, if you in this period of Mercury retrograde go about phrasing, well, the grievances and negativity that you may have experienced in the past, that you feel is still present or active, still playing a part in your life right now, you can relegate it to the junkyards of hyperspace. That is, in the ethers, there are places where energies that do not fit this energetic cycle that you are moving into, the Aquarian age, where they can be contained and deposed and recycled and then brought up again in other energetic cycles, long time in your sense of it, from now, where the energies will again be conducive to exploring these patterns of, let us say, amnesia, or let us say separation. And so difference, notice, actually implies the idea of connection, whereas separation implies that there is an lack of a bridge or a connective capability. Then difference implies that the connective capability is there, and therefore you seek out the different roles and patterns that you want to assume in your lifetimes as you move into these new energies, these new time cycles, and indeed this new society that you're creating for yourself. Things have been very much in flux, and now it seems that the mask has slipped off the idea of business as usual. See, there are of course still lots of patterns running in your lives and in everybody's lives in your collective systems, but these patterns have been disrupted, and so the difference you introduce into these patterns also makes an important difference. With what intention do you go into social life or your life as a political being, as that thing you call a citizen? Indeed, you are also such a thing. And how is your frame of mind? Is it constructive? Does it seek out things to improve or address, or is it destructive? Does it seek out things to destroy and blow up? It is an important path that you discern here. What you want to go down, what path you want to go down determines essentially how your life will unfold. You know this, but this has become the much more true as energies become the much more volatile. And so there are things that you may need to accept about yourself, about society, about your relationships, that will indeed heal them, but only by addressing those wounds. And addressing you do by speaking those words, or by putting them to paper, or by expressing them someplace where they will be heard by the inner core of you, where you can see them expressed in the world. This is a place where you will be absolved, so to speak, of your sense of regret, or your sense of remorse, or your sense of attachment to these past patterns. These are things that are welling up in you. And so, to this friendly, familiar channeling us right now, we also say that this coarse throat that he deals with, it has to do with suppressed grief or remorse. It has to do with a pattern of crying that would like to be released. And so anyone who needs to cry are encouraged to cry, because it is the great rain coming from within that purifies the experience without, much as the rain coming from without purifies the experience within when drought has set in and you are thirsting for those wonderful rivers of the heaven to open up and wash away all that which may have been threatened to die, to grow stagnant, to wither. And so enjoy these Aquarian energies, enjoy how you pour these waters out from your soul to cleanse the world around you. You are great healers, human beings. You were intended to be that. And many of you are learning your unique gift, your unique way of healing. Some connect, some speak, some transmit energy, some sing, some move, some speak, and some simply vibe. All these are like all the virtues, art forms, and muses that inspire human creativity. These are the divine forces that are coming in to allow yourselves to heal, and allow yourself to become those transmitters of healing that you seek out. And so enjoy this radiant, ecstatic, inebriating vibration coming from within and from without. Enjoy the rains of the aquatic age, of the Aquarian age, pouring down on you, and enjoy the airy energies that carry all your worries away and allows them to float up into the ethers, where they will be stored for safekeeping should you ever want to visit them again. From that point, you will want to marvel at these worries and see them as wondrous experiences, from that point you see everything clearly. And so let the bright radiance of the sun find you, and let the even brighter radiance of the heavens that you are constructed from emerge from your inner being and float into your experience and touch others as they are also allowing this energy within them being awakened to float out and merge with other fields of expansion, new fields of expansion, higher dimensional fields of expansion. You are merging to become many, and by allowing you to be that manifold, multiple, unending universe of possibility within yourself, you become that unique range of those possibilities, and that is a beacon that shines bright in the world. So much of what you will learn in this coming century is centered around light, the information stored in it, light as information, information as light. And so know that you emit true information from your inner being all the time. And people are getting better at picking up at it, and you are getting better at picking up at other people's energy. And therefore, authenticity is the key, allowance is the key, and that comes also with difficult emotion, with pain being seen, heard, and addressed, and allowed to be as a part of human experience. You are indeed human, the most wonderful beings Earth has ever brought forward in the eyes of the angels. We are set to guard over you. We love you dearly, and we protect you. I am the Archangel Michael, and you can call on my protection whenever you feel that your energy is diffuse or needs to be sealed, whenever you feel that your strength is lacking. Then call forward the strength of the heavens and see how that will help you grow into the expansion that you are. Connection is everything and everywhere, and growing ever more connected. Therefore, our love, our blessings, and the protection of the heavens surround you, dear human being.